Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day to my supervisor Dr. Rajarina Binti Raja Ikram and evaluator for today, Puan Kasturi. My name is Farah Nabila Binti Mohammad Roslan with the matric number of B031810379 from 2BITS is going to present about my Workshop 1 project. My Workshop 1 project concept is Food Registration System and the name of my project is Masakan Panas E-Register. In this presentation slide, we are going to talk about background project, objective and scope, problem statement, system implementation, conclusion, limitation, and future improvement. First of all, we will go through background of project first. Malaysians' favorite signature dish would be masakan panas. Masakan panas mentioned here is most probably Thai food with a touch of Malaysian taste. Masakan panas is easy to find anywhere. The signature dish is either can be found at food outlets in shopping malls, airports, or even bus stations. Food stalls on the street often serve masakan panas, and Malaysians also search for it at food stalls nearby their neighborhood for dinner. What makes a food stall different than others in this food business competition is how effective, efficient, and practical the food available can be registered. Malaysians are still unenlightened to the wide usage of technology, while technology is the leading approach used by most of business owners nowadays. Thus, it is a major drawback for business owners for not using technology wisely and smartly. Therefore, the system of this project is made up to help in the food registration process of food stall owners, which specifies in Masakan Panas. By this, Masakan Panas e-register is developed specifically for food stall owners to manage the registering of the available food in the stall in much easier and faster way rather than using manual approach. Next, we will go to problem statement of this project. First of all, it is a problem that the handwritten approach done in managing the food registration for the food stall administration is burdening. The handwritten approach is because the manual approach done by the food stall administration. They need to write one by one the food available in a logbook in their food stall. Next, it is a problem because of the time consuming made by the food stall administration in handling their food registration. The food stall administration have to go through pages by pages in the logbook provided in the food stall to check whether this food is already registered in the logbook or not. So it is a time consuming. Next, it is a problem when the human faults or errors made when preparing the recent data of the food registration are quite high. The human faults or errors stated here is when the food registration process, the food stall administrators insert, for an example, food menu quantity under food menu name, which is wrong and might affect other data for the next food registration process, because this food registration process continue from the previous registration. Lastly, it is a problem when the administrators are unable to calculate the number of entries made for the food registration. So for the number of entries made for the food registration, it is a big problem when the entries made is high. So it is quite difficult for the administrators to calculate the number because they have to go to pages by pages from the very beginning. Next, we will look at objective and project scopes. Objectives. Firstly, to use computer typing approach in managing the food registration of the food stall administration to lessen the burden because of the handwritten approach used so far in this food registration process. So we are going to change it to computer typing approach. Next, to reduce the time consuming made by food stall administration in handling their food registration. So, to reduce the time consuming is when the administrators don't need to go pages by pages anymore because of the developed system that we are going to present today. Thirdly, to lessen the human faults or errors made when inserting manually the data of the food registration process. This is when the system will ask the user to enter the correct input in the correct column. Next is to calculate the number of entries made for food menu automatically and avoid any miscalculation made by the administrators. So if the number of entries is big, it is not a big problem for the system to calculate the total number. Next, we will go through project scope. Project scopes in this project consists of 4 scopes. Firstly, login module, where food stall administrators can log into the system with the default admin ID and password. Secondly is a food menu module, where food stall administrators are able to do the inserting, updating, deleting, searching, and viewing report of all food menu items. Thirdly, we have food category modules. In this module, food stall administrators are able to do the inserting and deleting of all food category items. Last is food cost module, where food stall administrators are able to do the inserting, deleting, and viewing of all food cost items. The target user for this system is administrators, where administrators can log into the system and then can add and delete details of all food menu, food category, and food cost items. Next, administrators can also update all food menu items and view all food menu and food cost items. Administrators are able to search food menu items and view the report of all food menu items and the calculation of total number of food menu entries made. So this is the structure chart for this project. As you can see, administrators log into the system to access main page. The main page consists of 3 choices, which are food menu page, food category page, and lastly food cost page. If the administrator choose to go to food menu page, administrators can add, update, delete, search, and view report of food menu items. Besides, if admin choose to go food category page, admins can add and delete food category items. Next, if admin choose food cost page, in this page or module, admin can add, delete, and view food cost items. Therefore, admin can log out to the system login page when work is done. So I'm going to show you the system implementation or demonstration of my project. So I'm going to run the system, and beside here is the database for food registration system. Consists of food category, food cost, and food menu. So I'm going to put beside here. So it is easier to refer to the database. Okay. So in login module, admin will be asked to enter admin ID and password. Admin ID in the system is default, which is admin, and password is default, which is workshop 1. But in this demonstration, I will also show you the error handling of this system. So we know that username is admin and password is workshop 1. But what if I enter other value than workshop 1 for password? Maybe I will just put ABCD. So the system will tell the user that the username and password has wrong combination or mismatch. So the system will ask the user to re-enter back the username and password for the system. This is the login for my main. Okay, so we will enter the correct username and password now. Workshop 1. After the login is successful, the system will bring the user to the main menu, which consists of 4 options, which is first, food menu page, second, food category page, thirdly, food cost page or exit. So for error handling in this main menu, what if the user enter number which is not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4? So like we enter 9, the system will say sorry, invalid input, and returning back to login page. So the user have to re-log in to go to get the access to main menu. Okay, so I have shown you how if the user enter number other than 1, 2, 3, and 4, and what if the user enter character? So I will show you. For example, the user enter A for the choice, and again the system will say sorry, invalid input, and returning back to the login page, and the user have to log in again to get the access to the main menu. Okay, so we will go through food menu page. So I will enter number 1. Okay, under food menu page we have add menu item, update menu item, delete menu item, search menu item, view report food menu, back to main or exit. Okay, I will show you the error handling in the front page of food menu. What if the user enter number 9, which is not in the choices? So the system will say again, sorry, invalid input, and returning back to food menu page, not returning back to the login page. Okay, what if the user enter character? It is also will show sorry, invalid input, and returning back to food menu page. So we will go through add menu item now. I will enter number 1. Okay, in the database, I will click on food menu because it is under food menu page. So as we can see, the database is empty. No any details or input added yet. Okay, first of all, I will just show you the process without the error handling first. So maybe we can put menu ID as 1, nasi bujang for menu name, and menu quantity. Maybe in that stall they have 76 quantity of nasi bujang. Spicy level, nasi bujang might be 3. Okay, so it's stated here, record inserted. And press M to return main, press H to return food menu page, or A to add another item, or any other key to exit. So I will choose A because we will add more and with error handling this time. And as you can see in the database, the detail is already inserted, which is nasi bujang 76 for menu quantity, 3 for spicy level. Okay, for the error handling in menu ID is an integer attribute. So I will show you what if the user enter character for menu ID. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. A, B, C. So the system will notify the user that it is an invalid integer. So the user need to re-enter back the menu ID. Okay, this time I will put 1 at first. Okay, for menu name we know that it is a string. So what if the user enter an integer for menu name, such as 8? And the system will tell the user that the input is not a name. So the user need to enter the correct menu name. Nasi goreng Cina maybe. Okay. Next, for enter menu name, the error handling is the same as menu ID, which is I will test the user enter character under menu quantity, which is an integer. So I have insert ABC, the system will notify the user that it is an invalid integer, so please try again. And maybe the quantity this time is 60. Okay, for enter spicy level, first I will test if the user enter character for spicy level. Okay, the system will notify the user that it is a valid number. Okay, so we know that here it's stated here the range is between 0 to 10, right? So what if the the user enter number which is not in the range between 0 and 10? Okay, so what if the user enter number 12? So the system will notify the user that value must be between 0 and 10 only. So we put 7 for the spicy level of nasi goreng Cina. Okay, and then the system will say, sorry, insert error, duplicate entry 1 for key primary, because in the database we have seen menu ID of 1 is already existed. So we cannot duplicate any more menu ID with the same number, because menu ID is a primary key. It cannot be duplicated. It is a unique number, right? So we press any key to continue. This time I will show you what if, I will show you again about add menu item. Okay, with the different menu ID, so menu ID that has existed is 1. So I can put number 2. Okay, for menu name, we will put nasi bujang also. And I will show you the error handling or value verification and verification. Menu quantity maybe 44. Spicy level, you can say 1. Okay. Here, the system will notify the user that it is insert error, because duplicate entry nasi bujang for key menu name. This is because I have set the menu name to be unique. So you cannot duplicate the menu name, because it is not logic if in the food registration the user has insert the same. For example, the user has insert nasi bujang, and then the next following food registration, the user maybe insert the same, which is nasi bujang. This is not logic, and if the user wants to do so, the user can do it under update function, which is I will show you now. Okay, next we will go through update menu item. So this is the animation that I made. Okay, so firstly, I will include the error handling for the enter menu ID. What if the user enter number which is not 1, which is not available or existed in the database? So 4. It says item not found in database. So we can press U to update another item, or any key to exit, right? So we press U to update again. Okay. So what if the user insert character for menu ID? It says also wrong input, please try again. So at the first, if we enter number or menu ID that is not in the database, the system will show you the error, and then we'll go back and ask you if you want to continue or go back or go to main. But if for under character, the system will just show you wrong input, please try again, and you can re-enter back the menu ID. So the menu ID here is number 1. Okay, so when we enter menu ID 1, the system will show you I might be bigger. Okay, will show you the details of the food details under menu ID. So it's the same. Menu ID is 1, nasi bujang, name for nasi bujang. Okay, quantity is the same, spice level also the same. Okay, so under here, as you know, menu ID cannot be changed, so we cannot update menu ID. We just can start from menu name. Okay, nasi bujang. Okay, so I enter number for menu name for the error handling. What will happen? So the system will show you that the input is not a name. Please try again. Okay, enter menu name. Maybe this time nasi ayam. Okay, for quantity, I also will do the error handling, which is insert character under quantity. It says the input is not a number. Please try again. So maybe this time 56. Okay. Okay, under enter spice level, also I will test the error handling. What if the user enter character? And then it will show the input is not a number. Please try again. And then what if we use a number that is not between 0 to 10? Again, it says sorry, the number is not between 0 and 10. Please try again. So we have to re-enter back the spicy level. The spicy level for nasi ayam might be 4, I would say. And it says successfully saved in database. So we can return. Okay. For firstly, I will show you the view report of food menu, because if we go through delete menu item and then we delete the food menu, and then there's nothing to show, right, for under view report food menu. Okay, so we will choose number 5 to view report. Okay, here under report of food menu, it will show you the details, ID, menu name, menu quantity, and the spicy level. And it also show the total number of food menu entries made so far, which is this is the calculation part of my system. The system will calculate the total number of food menu entries made so far. Okay, so we will press H to return food menu page. Okay, now we'll go to number 3, or we'll go to search menu item first, because we want to search, right? Okay, but if we delete first and then there's nothing to search, so we go to number 4 then. So this is search menu page. So it's stated here we can find by name or by spicy level. Okay, first of all we will go we will go through the error handling first. What if the user enter number which is not 1, 2, and 3? So as for example 5. Again it says sorry, invalid input. Press any key to continue. So it will go back to food search menu page. So this time we'll put name. We'll search by name. Okay. For example, the user doesn't know how to search the full name. We can just enter N, and the system will show you the detailed set of food that consisting N character in the details of menu name. So yeah, this is correct, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I haven't refreshed the database. Oh yeah, so this is the correct detail. Okay. Press hit S to enter to find by spicy level this time. Okay. So for spicy level, I can show you what if the user enters 0, which is not in the database. Okay, the database here is spicy level that available is number 4. It will output nothing for your search menu. So okay, I will search again by spicy level, which is the correct number, which is 4. So it will show you the suggestion of details of food registration that is available under the spicy level of 4. Okay, so we go back to food menu page. Now we can delete 3. We enter 3. Okay, under this, what if the user enter menu ID that is not in the database? So I can put 8 and it says item not found in database. So this is the error handling for delete menu page. So we press D again because we want to delete. Okay, so enter menu ID 1. That is available, right? So it says successfully deleted from database. So as you can see, once you refresh, yeah, there's nothing. It is empty. Okay, so we press H to return any page. So I can show you. View report menu number 5. It will show you nothing. Yeah, it's 0. And total number of entries made so far also the same, which is 0. Okay, and then we go to return food menu page, and then back to main number 6. So at this time, the system will automatically log out from the system, and the user have to log in again to enter under other module. Okay, so now we go to food category page, which is 2. Okay, under food category page, we have choices of 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is add category item, delete category item, back to main, or exit. So what if the user enter a number that is not between these choices? So yeah, it says sorry, invalid input, returning back to food category page. So also I will test on the character. H, it says again, sorry, invalid input, returning back to food category page. So now we're going to add category item, and for this database, we will go to food category table. So here, no any details available under food category table. So yeah, we enter 1 to add category item. Okay, so I will show you the process first without the error handling. Maybe this time also 12. Category name here is stated nasi, bihun, mee, and etc. So nasi. Category quantity, how many nasi available? Nasi here consists of nasi goreng, nasi lemak, nasi ayam, nasi kukus. It is all the same. So maybe like it's quite large of data. So it says record inserted. To prove it, we refresh in the database. Yeah, category ID 12, nasi, and the category quantity is 104. Okay, so we add another item with the error handling. Okay, now I will show you to add category item with the error handling. Okay, for category ID, what if the user enter character? Because character ID I have set to be integer only. So again, the system will notify the user that it is an invalid integer. Please try again. So we enter. So now I'm going to test on the error handling on the primary key, which is the category ID. I insert the same with the database, which is 12 and 12. Okay, so for category name, what if the user enter integer for category name? The system will notify the user that the input is not a name. Let's try again. So this time we can enter maybe me. Okay, now enter category quantity. We test on character under category quantity. Again, the system will notify the user that it is an invalid integer. Please try again. So on this part, we enter maybe 80. And here it says sorry, insert error because duplicate entry 12, which means category ID cannot be the same from the previous category ID that has existed in the database. Because it is a primary key, it cannot be changed and it must be unique. Okay, so now I will test on category name because I have set the attribute to be unique. Okay, this time may be different. Category name, the same. Nasi, others maybe we can just add up. So here it says sorry, insert error because duplicate entry nasi for key category name. Okay, I have set category name to be unique because it is not logic, right? Like the previous function under food menu, it is not logic to duplicate or make a registration repeatedly with the same name. So under food category page, it doesn't have update page. So if the user wants to enter details about nasi, the user have to delete first the nasi information available in the database. Okay, so now we go to delete category item page, item function, sorry. So it's stated here. The available detail for food category is with menu ID of 12 and menu name of nasi. So in the error handling, what if the user enter number menu ID which is not in the database? The system will state item not found in database. So we go to D again. After the error handling that we have made, so category ID here 12. So we enter 12. And it's stated here successfully deleted from database. So to prove it, we refresh the database. So in the database, we have refreshed and the database is empty because we already deleted menu ID of 12 and menu name of nasi. So we return to food category page. Okay, we back to main. This time, the system will automatically log out from the system and the user have to log in again. Okay, now we go to food cost page. The front page of food cost page, we have 5 choices. 1 is add cost item, 2 is delete cost item, 3 is view all cost item list, 4 is back to main, 5 is exit. So now under the database, we click on food cost because we are under food cost page now. So here there is no information under food cost table yet. So now, okay, here is the error handling for the front page of food cost page. The same as other pages, but I want to show you too. I still want to show you. Okay, so the system says sorry, invalid input, returning back to food cost page because I entered 9, which is not in the choices option. So also character, it says invalid input, returning 1. Okay. Okay, now we go to add cost item because we want to add. Okay. Firstly, again, I will show you the process without any error handling first because we want to make the details available in database. Okay, maybe 1 to 1. Put price. We can put float number, which is the logic amount of price, right? Okay. How many quantity for this price? Maybe just 5 for this price. Okay. It says record inserted. So we refresh on the database and the details is already available under food cost table. Okay, now we will do the adding with the error handling. Okay, what if course ID we put character? Because course ID I also set as integer. It says invalid integer, please try again. So now I will also put the same as course ID is 1 to 1, the same as already existed in the database. Okay, food price, maybe this time 6. How many quantity? 8. Okay, it says sorry, it's an error because duplicate entry 1 to 1 for primary key. Because it is primary, again, this unique, it cannot be duplicated. So, and then the last error handling for add cost item, which is the food price. I have set it to be unique, the same as food category name or food menu name. This time maybe 1. Price is 9.5. Okay, quantity maybe 7. So now the system says sorry, it's an error because duplicate entry of 9.8. Again, if the user wants to enter information or details about food price, which is 9.5, so the user have to delete first the information and have to re-enter back the details, have to insert back the details. Okay, maybe we can add more. This time 1, food price 4.5, quantity, how many quantity? 7. Okay, now we go to view all cost item first to show you the list. Okay, we go to view all cost item list first, and it will show you the details that available that already existed in the database, which is the same 1, 1 to 1, 4.5, 9.5, cost quantity here. Okay, now we do the delete cost item function. We go to number 2. Okay, so again, I will do the error handling for this delete cost page. Okay, the user enter number that is not in the database. It says item not found in database. So next we will do the correct delete process. So maybe I delete the 9.5 ringgit. So it says successfully deleted from database. Refresh, and yeah, it's already deleted in the database. Okay. Okay, now I will show you guys the exit functionality. We have pick M to return to main. We have pick H to return food cost page. We have pick D to delete another item, right? So now this is the functionality for exit, which is similar, which is the same for all modules available, which is food cost, food menu, and food category. Okay, so it says press any other key to exit, right? So we press any other key that is not M, H, or D. Maybe L. It says program terminating. Are you sure? The option is Y and N only. If you put other than Y and N, it will say, please please read the instructions carefully. So you have to re-enter back either is the option is Y or N. So if you put N, it will go back to food cost page. Okay, because you decided you don't want to terminate it. Okay, so I will show you if you really want to terminate it. But this is all the same. The function of exit is all the same for all module. Okay, so you enter 5 to exit. It will ask the user. It will not exit automatically or straight away. It will ask the user first. So if you say Y yes, you type Y, and then the system will exit. So next we go through the conclusion of this project. Conclusion, limitation, and future improvement. Okay, the conclusion. The main objective of the development of Masakan Panas e-register is to develop a system that can help food stall administration manage food registration, making it easier to organize and easier to keep data. The main objective has been achieved despite the challenges that have arisen throughout the development process. However, the system developed is not a well-designed program yet. There are some failures and vulnerabilities in this system need to be addressed for enhancement in the future. Okay, to conclude this project, there is more space for change in the operation and efficiency of the program in the future. Masakan Panas e-register is still not a perfect system as well as other systems that existed in the IT world. Even though the biggest application developers such as Facebook never stop in improving their application, and same goes to Masakan Panas e-register. Hopefully the system can get bigger and better with more enticing features added as more programming knowledge is enhanced in the near future. This is the conclusion, and now we go to the limitation and future improvement of the project. Okay. Firstly, the system created is just a simple system. As you can see, I have shown you, it is just a simple system. Administrators are allowed to do the work process related to food registration only. There is no calculation of sales included in the system in accordance with the main purpose of the system and its own name, which is food registration barely. So no calculation of sales, only calculation of number of entries made, right? Hence, it is a good initiative to improve the system to be more complex in the future so that many features can be added, including the calculation of sales mentioned before. Moreover, the system built is based on a console of one's computer. The food stall administrators need to have the source code of the program and install the required software to run the system in their devices. On that account, the system will cause problems to clients that are not familiar with technology. As a consequence, it is better to develop a system that is more user-friendly and convenient in the future by building the system that is open to any client without the need for a source code. Besides, creating a mobile application system will also be beneficial to the clients. Lastly, it will be better if user authentication is implemented in the system. As you know, as for now, the username and password to log in the system used by food stall administrators are default values. The admin cannot decide to what is the username and password. Hence, this security measure indication is weak. It will be a great deal if each administrator comfortably created their own username and password. In consequence, user authentication module can be introduced for future improvement that enable administrators to add, update, view, and delete their own user profile in the system. Also allow the administrators to have their own unique username and password that can only be accessed by them. So that's all for me. Thank you for lending me your ears, your attention for my video project presentation. See you soon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.